Dana Perino, along with Tammy Bruce, Richard Fowler, Jesse Waters, and Greg Gutfeld. It's 5 o'clock in New York City, and this is The Five. President Trump hitting the campaign trail in Ohio over the weekend and predicting a possible red wave in the midterms. This comes ahead of a hotly contested special election in the Buckeye State's 12th district tomorrow.
They're talking about this blue wave. I don't think so. You win and you're a little complacent, but I mean, that was 2 years ago. So I just said, why? But we have the greatest economy in the history of our country. We have things that have never happened before. And look, if the Democrats get in, they're going to raise your taxes. You're going to have crime all over the place. You're going to have people pouring across the border. So why would that be a blue wave? I think it could be a red wave.
The economy is a big plus for the president. The 3.9% unemployment rate is the lowest for a July of a midterm year since 1966. Meanwhile, Democrats are taking a different approach. Senator Kamala Harris is speaking out against the use of this political phrase.
I have a problem, guys, with that phrase, identity politics. Because let's be clear. When people say that, it's a pejorative. That phrase is used to divide and it is used to distract. Its purpose is to minimize and marginalize issues that impact all of us. It is used to try and shut us up.
All right, Greg, I'm going to have to go to you on that because you talk a lot about identity politics and how that helps divide the country. And she's saying it's actually, if you say that, then you're being divisive.
Well, that was a very powerful, if you agree with her, she's very persuasive. I have to say she's a strong speaker. I do disagree with everything she's saying, but I have to say that the way she said it was pretty strong. Identity politics used to be a rallying cry for the left. It was a positive thing. Now when you mention it, it's an insult.
Right.
And the reason is because ultimately the consequences of identity politics is putting the group before the individual. And what happens is everybody who are in their specific groups then have to feel that their group is somehow more important than the other group. So what you end up having are warring factions. And you're seeing it a lot of times where one group accuses another group of cultural appropriation, and then another group accuses that group of something else. Ultimately, it's going to turn on itself. This is why Trump won, was because he was talking about one identity politic, which was American. Now, then you have the left saying, no, that's racist, because what you're really saying is white when you're talking about America. That's the consequence of identity politics, is what they're saying is that if you are white, you are part of the oppressor group. And it's the identity. And so when you say identity politics, you're obviously racist. So that's nothing good can come from identity politics, because in its heart, it's about division.
Tammy, welcome to The Five.
Thank you. Pleasure
it was
to be here.
quite a different message, right? So President Trump's at a rally. That's a different scene for him. He loves it. He's into the crowd. Can you contrast that with Kamala Harris, who was giving a speech at Netroots Nation? What do you think about the way that they're both setting things up?
Well, her attempt to retreat from identity politics, which they've relied on for decades, tells you that they've noticed it's not working. They've seen something internally that tells them, we've got to stop this. And actually, an Independent Women's Voice, which on the President and McLaughlin survey, shows that 85% of people don't care, as an example, about gender. They're not going to base their vote on gender. And yet that's what all of 2016 was, really. Vote for Hillary, it'll be the first woman president. Or vote for this person, it'll be the first of this thing or the other thing. Americans are not caring because they've realized that that's false. It doesn't work. So her position is, well, this is now not working. We've relied on this. Let's retreat a bit. The president just being consistent. It was what the campaign was. We're all in this together. The numbers prove that's correct. All of the unemployment numbers we know, of course, are extraordinary now. That everyone's boat has been lifted. It's the thing that he promised. And it's based on all of us actually not seeing each other differently, but seeing each other as a neighbor. That's what resonates with the American people, and that's why it's working.